can't play the game, can't act out the part. They know it wasn't written for you. Now how can you stand there with your broken heart, always playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Whoa, father and mother and sister and brother, if it feels nice, well, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will do what I like to do to you. Shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. I know things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. What you plan to do about your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Now one thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. I know things are gonna work out fine if you only will do what I like to do to you. Shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. I know things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. I know things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Welcome, my friends. If you're watching on Facebook, welcome, and please say hi in the comments below. And would you do me a favor? If would you click on the share button, and you'll at the bottom of the menu that comes up, you'll see start a watch party. If it's not there, click on options right in the middle of the page, and then you'll be able to see start a watch party. And that way, you know, your friends on Facebook will be able to see that you're watching the Monday Night Music with a Message program, and I would appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell if you'd like to see when I produce, when I upload more videos. There we go. Or if I go live again on YouTube. And it's always nice to leave a comment there because YouTube rewards its people, the account owners, when people leave comments. So I would appreciate that as well. We have met many of you in our travels to Mexico and also well, all over the world, really. And we're just happy that you are tuning in tonight. I want to say hi to my friends Jamie and Ann from Boston. They have requested that I play this song several times, and I'm going to do it just because I love them and I love this song. So enjoy. Got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in the world. A cold beer in my hand, life is good today. Life is good today. All right, raise your hand if you think life is good today. I hope you're raising your hand. Well, the plane touched down just about 3 o'clock, and the city was still on my mind. Bikinis and palm trees danced in my head. I was still in the baggage line. Concrete and cars are the rovers and bars, like this life I'm living in. But the plane brought me farther. I'm surrounded by water, and I'm not going back again. I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in the world. A cold beer in my hand. Life is good today. Oh yeah, life is good today. Adios and bye con Dios. Yeah, I'm leaving GA and FLA, Florida. If it weren't for tequila, pretty senoritas, I'd have no reason to stay. Adios and bye con Dios. Yeah, I'm leaving FLA. Yeah, I'm gonna lay in that hot sun and drink a big cold one and grab my guitar and play. Oh yeah, December 9th. Back to Isla Mujeres. Well, 4 days flew by like a drunk Friday night as the summer drew to an end. They couldn't believe that I just could leave as a bit adieu to my friends. You see, my bartender, she's from the islands. Her body's been kissed by the sun. Coconut replaces the smell of the bar, and I don't know if it's her or the rum. I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in the world. Cold beer in my hand. Life is good today. Life is good today. Adios and bye con Dios. Yeah, a long way from GA. Now all the muchachas, they call me Big Papa when I throw pesos their way. Adios and bye con Dios. A long way from GA. Will someone do me a favor and pour me some Jaeger, and I'll grab my guitar and play. Those of you that know me know I don't like Jaeger. So let's have a shot at tequila. Adios and bye con Dios. Going home not today, oh, but not to stay. Senoritas don't quiero, there's no dinero. I got no money to stay. Adios and bye con Dios. Going home not today. Yeah. Well, I got my ass in a lawn chair, toes in the clay, not a worry in the world. PBR on the way. Life is good today. Life is good today. Great song there by great song there by the Zach Brown Band. I got my cheering section out in the kitchen. Thank you, ladies. Well, friends, I am really happy that you've been enjoying these Monday night Music with a Message live streams. It's been a real joy to bring some joy and hope and happiness into your household or into your office, or maybe wherever you're watching this from. It's been great to do this over the last 6 months. And I want to let you know that next week is going to be my last Monday Night with the Music program. I know it's a little bit of a shock, but I've been thinking about it, praying about it, and I believe that God has some new projects that He wants me to focus on. It's time for me to move on and to face a couple of other projects. And now next week, because of football season starting, we're going to do our program on Tuesday night. So share it with your friends. I'll post it on Facebook several times, but next week, Tuesday night at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern time is going to be my last Tuesday night or Monday night with Monday night music with a message, Tuesday night edition. I don't know if it'll be forever, but I need to take a little sabbatical. And it's been a lot of, putting these programs on. What you see is, I think a lot of people think we just get up there and do it, but it takes hours, literally hours, several days of preparation to get ready for these events. And I love being able to do this. I've enjoyed it immensely. It brings me tremendous joy. But I have a feeling that it's time to take a sabbatical and to focus on a couple of other things. I won't be gone, from Facebook or from YouTube, but just going to be focusing on a couple of other projects. This past week, I received several messages from our friends in Mexico asking for help. Shutting down the entire tourism industry has crippled many of the restaurants and the cantinas in Isla Mujeres and, quite frankly, Mexico in general. And the Mexican government is allowing the tourism industry to slowly open up, but there's no tourists. There's no tourists to go into the restaurants. There's no tourists to go into the cantinas. There's no tourists to stay in the hotels. And so even though everything may be open, there's no work because there's no tourists. And so tonight, I want to encourage you to leave a tip. I've never really encouraged people to leave a tip before. But I want to tell you that tonight, everything that comes into my tip jar is going to be sent to our friends in Mexico. Maybe it's $5, maybe it's $1, maybe it's $10. I know people have given more than that, much more than that. But I want you to know that everything tonight is going to our friends in Mexico. There are many children who don't have the school supplies needed to do distance learning. Our friend Danny is having, a dozen kids every afternoon come over to his house. And our nonprofit organization, Keys for Life, just recently bought a laser printer and a lot of paper so that he can print off these assignments and give them to these children. And then pens and pencils and colored pencils so that they can do their homework. And that particular situation is a very difficult one because schools are not open. And even though the restaurants and hotels are open, there's no tipping going on. And Mexican workers make 100 pesos a day plus their tips. And that equivalent is a little less than $10. $10 a day to feed their families and to survive. That's not a lot of money. And I'm not even sure if they're getting the whole $10 now with no business. So anyway, folks, I want to encourage you tonight, if you can find my tip jar at the top of this page, Facebook page. If you're watching on YouTube, please go to my website, kenwanovich.com, and scroll down just a little bit. You'll see the virtual tip jar. It's all the tips are going through PayPal. And if you see Education Masters, LLC, that's my business Facebook account. And because I do some educating, I've got an online guitar academy. Students are signing up to learn how to play the guitar. And that's a great thing. If you'd like to learn how to play the guitar during this time off, AcousticGuitarAcademy.com is where you can find my website where I'm teaching guitar lessons. And right now, I'm offering a lifetime membership for a small amount. So anyway, you can go there and check that out as well. In the meantime, enjoy your company, enjoy your evening, enjoy the music, and I'm so happy that you're here tonight. Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. Got 7 women on my mind. 4 of the one on me, 2 that wanna stone me, 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Like now, but you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to take your stand. Take it easy. Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. I'm climbing in. Take it easy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. Got a world of trouble on my mind. Looking for a lover who won't blow my cover. She's so hard to find. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Well, come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. Gotta take it easy. Yeah, we ought to take it easy. I think we ought to take it easy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jim Croce had some great songs, and I hope you enjoyed listening to a couple here tonight. Operator, how could you help me place this call? You see the number on the matchbook is old and faded. She's living in LA with my best old ex-friend Ray. God, she said she knew and sometimes hated. Wasn't that the way goes? Let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow, learned to take it well. Only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real. Well, that's not the way it feels. Operator, oh, could you help me place this call? You see the number, can't read the number you just gave me. Something in my eye, you know what happens every time I think about the love that I thought could save me. Isn't that the way they say it goes? Let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow, learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real. But that's not the way it feels. No, 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 no. That's not the way it feels. Operator, well, let's forget about this call. No one there that I really wanted to talk to. Thank you for your time. Well, you've been so much more than kind. You can keep the dime. Well, isn't that the way they say it goes? Well, let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow, learned to take it well. Only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real. Well, that's not the way it feels. No, 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 no. That's not the way it feels. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memories of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. Around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. If you have a request that you'd like me to play next week, please write them down in the comments here so I can see it, and I'll try to do as many as I can next week. We may go a little bit longer on the music because I have a lot of requests to get to. But this request comes from Sharon in Maplewood, Minnesota, who also happens to be my mother, so got to play it for her. When I was a little bitty boy, just about for the floor, we used to go down to Grandma's house every month end or so. We'd have chicken pie, country ham, and homemade butter on the bread. But the best darn thing about Grandma's house was the great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 4 and 11 geese to go, both the cloth for the tick. Well, it'd hold 8 kids, 4 hound dogs, and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Yeah. Well, after supper, we'd sit around the fire. The old folks would spit and chew. Pa would talk about the farm and the war, and Granny sing a ballad or two. Well, I'd sit and listen and watch the fire till the cobwebs filled my head. Next thing I know, I'd wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. Well, it was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of bony lemon geese. Took a hole, bought the cloth for the dick. Well, it hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Yeah. Well, I love my ma, I love my pa, I love Granny and Grandpa too. I've been fishing with my uncle and the rest with my cousin. I even kissed Aunt Lou. Woo-hoo. Oh, but if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it ought to be said. Well, I'd trade them all as the gal on the road for Grandma's feather bed. I'd trade them all as the gal on the road. Yeah, I better think twice about the gal on the road. Oh, for Grandma's feather bed. 'Cause it was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of bony lemon geese. Took a hole, pulled the cloth for the tick. Well, it hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. We watched a lot of TV in our house. And boy, I used to rush home from school to watch some of my favorite shows, including some of these. And so if you know these songs, please sing along right where you're at, okay? I would love to hear you all the way down here in Sarasota, Florida. Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. The ship sank round on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Mary Ann, here on Gilligan's Isle. They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Their house is a museum. When people come to see them, they really are a scream. The Addams Family. Here we go. So grab a with your shawl on, a roof that you can crawl on. We're gonna take a call on the Addams Family. One more time, come on, help me out. Well, come riding the train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Petticoat Junction. Forget about your cares. It is time to relax at the junction. Petticoat Junction. Lots of curves, you bet. Even more when you get to the junction. Petticoat Junction. Where's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction. Petticoat Junction. It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction. Petticoat Junction. And there's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction, Bourne Petticoat Junction. Well, Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep man and just give me that countryside. Oh, New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. The chores, the stores, fresh air, Times Square, you are my wife. Goodbye, city life. Green Acres, you are there. Well, come and listen to the story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. Then one day he's shooting at the food, and up to the ground come a bubbling crude. Oil, that is, black tea, Texas gold, black tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire, and the kinfolk said, that's right, if you said Jed, move away from there, you were right. Jed, move away from there. He said California is the place you ought to be, so they loaded up the trunk and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars. Hello, my name is Ed. A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course, that is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Go right to the source and ask the horse, he'll give you the answer that you endorse. He's always on a steady course, talk to Mr. Ed. Well, people yakety-yak a streak and waste your time a day, but Mr. Ed will never speak unless he has something to say. A horse is a horse, of course, and this one will talk to his voice. His horse, you've never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this. I am Mr. Ed. Wilbur, come in here, I need you. Hello world, there's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy. Hello world, there's love that we're bringing. We'll make you happy. We'll make you happy. We have a dream, we go traveling together. We spread a lot of love and then we'll keep moving on. Something always happens whenever we're together. We get a happy feeling when we're singing a song. Traveling along, there's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy. We'll make you happy. We'll make you happy. Yeah, we'll make you happy. Well, here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother, the youngest one in curls. It's the story of a man named Brady who was busy with three boys of his own. There were four men living all together, and they were all alone. Until the one day when this lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this group would somehow form a family, and that's the way they all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch. That's the way they became the Brady Bunch. And Alice too. There's something about riding on a motorcycle, and I'll even say convertible. Maybe it's just a bicycle, a scooter, whatever you've got. But when you feel the wind, you feel the breeze blowing through your eyes, it just makes you feel good to be alive. And so I tried to put this down, my feelings for this experience into a song. And so here's an original song by yours truly, Ken Wanovich. It's called Feeling of Another Kind. 2, 3, 4. Winding down the highway on that new toy of yours. You got no worries and you got no chores. You got to just be the person that you want to be. It won't take long for you to see you're free. And you feel that breeze blowing through your eyes. Makes you feel real good to be alive. Leave your troubles on the road behind. This is a feeling of another kind. Feels real good now to be all alone. You got the feeling that you ain't got a home. Travel near or as far as you can see. It won't take long for you to see you're free. You're free. And you feel that breeze blowing through your eyes. Makes you feel real good to be alive. Leave your troubles on the road behind. This is a feeling of another kind. Well, you can feel that power going round and around. You got no strings to tie you down. You see the world going by at a glance. It wants to keep you, but it don't have a chance. Pass on by, pass on by. And you feel that breeze blowing through your eyes. Makes you feel real good to be alive. Leave your troubles on the road behind. This is a feeling of another kind. Yeah, you can feel that breeze blowing through your eyes. Makes you feel real good to be alive. Leave your troubles on the road behind. This is a feeling of another kind. Come a little bit closer, hear what I have to say. Just like the children sleeping, we could dream the night away. But there's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the night. We know where the music's playing. Let's go out and feel the night. 'Cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. 'Cause I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. Yes, when we were strangers, I watched you from afar. And when we were lovers, I loved you with all my heart. now it's getting late, and the moon is climbing high. I want to celebrate, see it shining in your eyes. Because I'm still in love with you. I want to see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. Now on this harvest Cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Cause I'm still in love with you. Yeah, yes, yes. Cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm so in love with you. On this harvest moon, harvest moon. You can't take any day for granted because tomorrow's not a guarantee, right? They say that tomorrow's in the future, yesterday's in the past, today is the present, and that's why it's called a gift. The clock waits for no person. So take advantage of what you need to do, what you need to say today, because there's no guarantee that there would be a tomorrow. So they say it's but a game and they let it slip away. Love, like the autumn sun, should be dying when it's only just begun. Like the twilight in the road up ahead, they don't see just where we're going. All the secrets in the universe, they whisper in our ears, and all the years will come and go, take us up, always up. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. So they say, for the fools, and they let them drift away. Peace, like a silent dove, she'll be flying, but it's only just begun. Like Columbus in the olden days, we must gather all our courage sail our ships out on the open seas, and cast away our fears. All the years come and go, take us up, always up. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. So I wanna laugh while laughing is easy. I wanna cry if it makes it worthwhile. I may never pass this way again. That's why I want it with you. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm more than a friend. Like I'm the journey, you're the journey's end. I may never pass this way again. That's why I want it with you. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. No, we may never pass this way again. Thank you so much. There's one thing in my life that's missing. It's the time that I spend alone, sailing on the cool and bright clear water. There's lots of those friendly people, oh, they're showing me ways to go, and I never want to lose their inspiration. Time for a cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. And now that my life is so free range, I know that it's time for a cool change. Well, I was born in the side of water, and it's there that I feel my best. The albatross and the whales, they are my brothers. Well, it's kind of a special feeling when you're out on the sea alone, staring at the full moon like a lover. Time for a cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. And now that my life is so free-range, I know that it's time for a cool change. Well, I've never been romantic, sometimes I don't care. I know it may sound selfish, but let me breathe the air. it's time for a cool change. Now that my life is so prearranged, I know that it's time for a cool change. Time for a cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. Time for, I know that it's time for a cool change. A cool change. Little River Band, time for a cool change. All right, friends. I spent the afternoon working on this message, and I hope that you enjoy it. Let's see if I can make it happen here. Hey, friends, it's great to be with you again tonight. For those of you watching the replay in the future, we are all in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. The way we manage life as we know it has changed dramatically. The government now is mandating how we can do things like shopping, eating out, enjoying sporting events and other entertainment events. And as a performing musician, this has affected our income and all entertainers' income drastically. Many of my friends are now unemployed. Live music venues are closed. Businesses are shutting down and even closing. And restaurants in many states are allowed only outdoor seating, and cold weather is coming upon us very soon. Others are open to indoor seating, but with significantly smaller seating capacities. Many states are requiring us to wear face masks now while we're out shopping for groceries and other necessities. And well, it's a bit scary. It's a bit sad. It can be a bit depressing. And I just heard in the news just the other day that cases of depression are on the rise. And it's no secret that this whole pandemic is a source of a lot of mental illness and a lot of depression. But that is the state of the world around us. But take note, it is not our state, but that of the world around us. Over the last several weeks, we've been exploring ways that we can become the best versions of ourselves. On August 17th, we talked about the effect of stress in our lives. And we heard motivational speaker Tony Robbins say that the quality of your life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably deal with. I quoted author Leslie Jamison, who's from Columbia University, and she says, "I'm happy not knowing." Well, most of the time. Except when I'm a neurotic mess about uncertainty. And boy, we certainly live in an uncertain world. Stress is at the root of many unhealthy physical and emotional symptoms. In fact, for many of us, it's literally making us sick. But in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 11, verses 28 to 30, Jesus invites us to come to him for rest, to take his yoke upon us, because his burden is easy and his load is light. And in that message, I encouraged you to write down your anxieties, to get them out of your head and down onto a piece of paper. Then, in your times of prayer, ask God to give you his rest from your anxieties. And if you missed that one, you may want to watch that episode on my YouTube channel, Ken Wanovich Music. 2 weeks ago, we talked about the importance of enjoying life's journey and learning to be present in the moment. The key to enjoying the journey is to develop the inner quality of patience. And I know that's hard for many of us. It's hard, especially hard for me. You can ask some of the people who are closest to me. They'll tell you that patience is not a virtue that comes to me very easy. But when we spend quality time with God, we begin to develop godly character like love, joy, peace, and patience, kindness. Yeah. The Bible calls these inner qualities the fruit of the Spirit. You see, like an apple tree produces its fruit, God's Spirit works inside us to grow these qualities up. Qualities that you and I need to develop to become the best versions of ourselves. And that's something that I want, because when I'm the best version of myself, then I'm the best version for all of those who come in contact with me. When we develop patience, we open ourselves up to the beauty around us. Oh yeah. All the things around us, the people around us. Only then will we be able to enjoy the journey that God has in store for us. And then last week we looked at the fact that there will always be people in our lives who what? Annoy us. Yeah. There are always going to be people in our lives that annoy us at one time or another. But in spite of that fact, Jesus commands us to love our neighbors. Yeah, love our neighbors. We are called to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us. That's not an easy task to do. Jesus, in his Sermon on the Mount, calls us to live generously and graciously towards others, the way that God lives generously and graciously towards you and me. And last week I challenged you to look at every annoying person in your life and my life as being there to teach us something. Yeah, those annoying people are placed there to teach you something, to teach me something. What that is, well, that's your job to find out. It could be remaining calm in difficult situations. It could be to think before you speak. It could be to be less angry, more patient, more loving, more forgiving. Impossible? Humanly speaking, definitely, yes. But Jesus encourages us. He says that with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Friends, tonight I want us to look at the story of Jesus, where he raised his friend Lazarus from the dead. You see, Jesus was very close to Lazarus and his two sisters, Mary and Martha. But Lazarus was ill and had died. And Jesus stayed away for a number of days and then came to visit Mary and Martha. And we find this story in the Gospel of John, chapter 11. And I want to encourage you to read the whole story on your own. But as Jesus approached the tomb of Lazarus, he was deeply moved with emotion. In fact, verse 35 in chapter 11 is the shortest verse in the whole Bible. And it simply states that Jesus wept. He felt deeply for Lazarus. But there was a lesson that he wanted to teach Mary, Martha, of course Lazarus, and all those around. And so let's pick up the story in John chapter 11, verse 38. Jesus, once more deeply moved, came to the tomb. It was a cave with a stone laid across the entrance. "Take away the stone," he said. "But Lord," said Martha, the sister of the dead man, "by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been in there 4 days." Then Jesus said, "Martha, did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me." When Jesus had said this, Jesus called out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out!" The dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen and a cloth around his face. And Jesus said to them, "Take off the grave clothes and let him go." I love this passage, especially the two little words used twice here. It's the word but. Yes, but. But is a word that joins two thoughts together, usually two contrasting thoughts. When you say, I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but it's not my favorite, you're saying that one is good and the other is different. And in this case, the other is better. If you say, I can understand taking precautions to protect us from the coronavirus, but closing down a restaurant is entirely ridiculous, well, then you're saying one is good, but the other is worse. When we look at Martha's statement, but Lord, all she can think about is the negative effects of rolling the stone away. In Jesus' prayer, he is pointing out that although the Father always hears his prayers, he wants the whole crowd, the whole world, he wants you and me to know that our Heavenly Father always hears all of our prayers. Always. Friends, tonight, I want to challenge you to look at what's right in our world and not what's wrong. Can I say that again? I want to challenge us. I want to challenge you to look at what's right in our world now and not what's wrong. You see, our minds are powerful instruments. Our thoughts shape who we are and who we become. When we decide something is true, well, then it's difficult to rewrite or reprogram what's been set firmly in our minds. Martha was convinced that rolling away the stone was a bad idea and Jesus was going to make things worse. But Jesus knew that rolling the stone away was the only way for the man he was going to bring back to life, his good friend Lazarus, to get out of the tomb. Friends, it all boils down to choices. You and I have a choice in how we respond to our circumstances in life. You can learn to control your thinking. You can learn to control your thought patterns. You can learn to see your circumstances in a new light. Well, Ken, how do we do that? Well, friends, we need to focus on what is right and not what is wrong. The Apostle Paul encourages us in his letter to followers of Jesus who are living in the city of Rome. And we find that in his letter called Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. He says this, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. I'm a big fan of J.B. Phillips, and J.B. Phillips has written a translation with his version of what the English says to us. And his translation states it simply like this. Don't let the world around you squeeze you into its mold, but let God remold your minds from within, so that you may prove in practice that the plan of God for you is good, meets all his demands, and moves you toward the goal of true maturity. Amy Morin is the author of a best-selling book, and her book is entitled 13 Things That Mentally Strong People Don't Do. And she says, mentally strong people don't waste their energy on things they can't control. Well, if you would state that in a positive way, it would read this. Friends, avoid spending time and energy on things over which you have no control. Avoid spending time and energy on things in which you have no control. But you know the one thing that we can always control? You probably guessed it. We can always control our attitudes. In another letter to followers of Jesus in the city of Philippi, Paul writes in Philippians chapter 4, verses 8 and 9, finally, my friends, keep your minds on whatever is true, pure, right, holy, friendly, and proper. Don't ever stop thinking about what is truly worthwhile and worthy of praise. So follow my example, and God, who gives peace, will be with you. Friends, as you look around you, I want to challenge you to shift your focus. Shift your focus. Follow Paul's example. Focus on what is right and not on what is wrong. Can I say that again? Focus on what is right, not what is wrong. What you choose to see determines your reality. Only you have the power to change your reality by shifting your focus. Friends, I hope you'll join me again next week as we wrap everything up. May God be with you, and may God bless you in your attempts to keep your minds focused on everything that is good in your lives. Yeah, everything good. Many of you know that I was a worship pastor and a small group pastor for many years in my previous life. While I was serving at a church in White Bear Lake called Eaglebrook Church, we had a chance to make a worship CD. And some of the songs were original and some of the songs were songs that were written by other people. In light of the fact that we need to take time to slow down and meditate and present our anxieties to our Heavenly Father, knowing that He hears our prayers, I hope you'll enjoy this next song. When I cannot feel, when my words won't heal, Lord, I humbly kneel, hidden in you. Lord, you are my life, so I don't mind to die, just as long as I'm hidden in you. If I could just sit with you a while, if you could just hold me, nothing could touch me, though I'm wounded, though I die. If I could just sit with you a while, if you could just hold me, moment by moment, till forever passes by. When I know I've sinned, when I should have been crying out, my God, and hidden in you. Lord, I need you now, more than I know how. So I humbly bow, hidden in you. If I could just sit with you a while, if you could just hold me, nothing could touch me, though I'm wounded, though I die. If I could just sit with you a while, if you could just hold me, moment by moment, till forever passes by. I could just sit with you a while, if you could just hold me, nothing could touch me, though I'm wounded, though I die. If I could just sit with you a while, I need you to hold me, moment by moment, till forever passes by. Moment by moment, till forever passes by. I want to thank you for all the time that we spent together. I want to just read the first line of the song because it's beautiful. He says, all the days we've been together and all the days we've been apart add up to a bunch of nothing if I'm not still in your heart. I never want you to be just a page in my history of someone I used to love. I don't know if it's going to be in this life or on the other side, if it'll be in Minnesota, it'll be in Mexico, in Florida, I don't know, but I hope that we'll see each other again in person, and we'll celebrate, we'll hug, and we won't have to worry about COVID-19, and we'll thank God for bringing us through. All the days we've been together, all the days we've been apart, add up to a bunch of nothing if I'm not still in your heart. I never want you to be just a page in my history. Someone I used to love. Your voice breathed in my ear, or on the telephone, all the tender things we've whispered to keep us from feeling alone. May they never come to be, just cold gems in our memories of someone I used to love. This current flows between us that will never be denied. You draw me in toward you like the moon pulls at the tide. May no shadow ever fall that will make me have to call you. Oh, someone I used to love. No, I never want you to be just a page in my history. Someone I used to love. Let's do that again. I never want you to be just a page in my history. Someone I used to love. Someone I used to love. Hey friends, thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the music. I want to encourage you to leave a tip tonight. Not for me, but for all of our friends in Mexico. You can find the tip jar right at the top of this page on Facebook. And if you're listening on YouTube, you can go to my website, kenwanovich.com. Scroll down, you see the tip jar right there. God bless you. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.